In this month's episode of the AnimeCons.com podcast, Patrick sits down with voice actress Michele Knotz. We talk about if you need to cosplay at a con, plus news and upcoming conventions. I'm Sketch, and this is the AnimeCons.com podcast for September 2009, and we're driving to Dragon Con!
This episode of the AnimeCons.com podcast is sponsored by our bandwidth provider, DreamHost.
Starting off out west, Utah's Anime St. George has announced that pianist Steve Nunez, aka Marky D. Choco, will be attending the convention as a guest performer.
Moving to the Midwest, BishiCon has announced guests Aura Garcia and Diana Fernandez from Studio Kozu. The Yaoi and Slash themed convention takes place this November in St. Louis. Hi. Minneapolis Anime Convention, previously known as CowColyCon, has announced guests Yafi Bunny, Richard and Shannon Townsend, Josh Elder, Tiffany Grant, Chris Ayers, Rena Palashina, and Todd Hackelborn.
Up in the Northeast, New York Anime Festival has announced Japanese pop music group AKB48, as well as their Far East to East showcase event, and the premiere of Aniplex's Senkoral. New England Fan Experience has announced Sunny Strait, Bettina Krakowski, and James Hong as guests for its Anime Kaiju Experience programming track.
Down south, for its 15th year, Anime Week in Atlanta has announced guests Yasuhiro Imagawa, Tsuyoshi Nonaka, Helen McCarthy, Ricky and Tavi Simmons, Samantha Inoue Hart, and musical guests Omodaka and P-Lander Z.
Hey, shut up back there! Outside the United States, the Society of Ottawa Anime Promotion has announced Suzaku Festival, an event for anime fans 16 and over. It will be held in Ottawa, Ontario this March.
Jesus.
For additional details about any of these announcements, visit our website at animecons.com. So I'm here with Michele Knotz, voice actress.
Hi.
From roles such as
Hajime Yagi in the world of Naruwe, Takako Kawashima in Shoot Fighter Tekken. In Pokemon, I played May, Jessie, Nurse Joy, the Pokedex, and various Pokemon, Piplup, Manaphy, Gardevoir, so many others. The third, the girl with the blue eye, I play Cindy, Rosalie, Greta, and the little fairy. And in Kujibiki Unbalanced, I play Koyuki Asagiri. And in Genshiken, I play Ogio Ichika. Oh, I voiced the Pokemon trainer in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, as well as Squirtle. A lot of people they think it's somebody else. No, that's me! And a bunch of different Pokemon in the game.
So we're going to talk conventions. So what was your first convention?
My first convention as an
you've
attendee?
attended, yeah.
I actually started going to conventions as an attendee, and that before I became a guest. I think my first convention was, Anime Expo when it was in New York.
Right.
Because I think they have Anime Expo in California.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Anime Expo in New York in 2002. I think it was. That was a while ago. I think it was in 2002 in New York. The Marriott? I think it might have been at the Marriott Hotel. And I didn't cosplay or anything like that because that was like my first convention to go to. I went with my very good friend Renee and her boyfriend at the time, Tom, and her brother, Jamie. So the four of us went, and it was really cool. It was a different experience because we started to watch anime in college. But before that, like, I would watch like Voltron and Speed Racer and stuff like that when I was a kid, and I didn't even realize it was anime. I didn't even realize that it was from Japan. I'm just like, oh, cool, Voltron, yay! You know? So we started to get into anime more in like high school and college, and yeah, 2002. That was our first convention as an attendee.
Now, if I remember the story right, there was a contest that they had there.
That was in 2003.
Oh, that's right. That was
later, because then, because I was working in news at the time. I worked at a CBS and an NBC affiliate, but then I got another job at MSNBC in New Jersey when I moved back to Jersey. And I didn't want to work in news anymore. I hated it. Like, it just wasn't my thing. And that's where, when we started to go to the conventions more in 2002 and we learned more about voice acting, and I was really interested in it. So I'm like, you know, this is what I want to do. I don't want to work in this field anymore. And my really good friend Renee, she's like, you know, you're at a really rough place in your life right now. It's like, this is what you really want to do and pursue. And she heard about this contest first. She told me about it, and I'm like, let me try it. That was the Big Apple Anime Fest in 2003. And that's where I got my part as Hajime Miyagi in the world of Naruto. And I'm like, people do this, you know, as a living, as a job, you know? And so it all kind of started from there.
Did you go to the convention knowing about the contest, or? Yes. Okay.
I knew about the contest. I looked it up online, and I said, "This is," because you had to prepare for it. You needed a monologue.
Right.
So I prepared a monologue, and I prepared it from an anime because I thought it would fit more. Some people did like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and some people did other monologues from different books or plays or things. And I did a scene from Excel Saga. And they were like, oh, you know, an anime monologue at an anime contest, you know, so they thought it was really cool, you know, that it made sense. So yeah, that's what I did, and I won the contest, which was awesome. So I got a role in that, but I actually wanted to pursue it, because sometimes people, they'll win contests, and you win a role, and then go back to the regular job. But I'm like, no, this is what I want to do. So I did all the preparations to move forward. I made a demo, got a great voice coach, you know, and it all kind of blossomed from there.
Now, what was the first convention you were invited to as a guest?
The first one I was invited to as a guest, I believe was Anime Next. In New Jersey. It was in Secaucus at the time, because they moved it to Somerset in New Jersey. I'm trying to remember what year. It might have been 2004, I think. I think it was after when I worked on that show. It might have been 2004 or 2005. I'm trying to remember. I'd have to probably look through my books and stuff. Because that's when, like, I just had a couple roles under my belt. I did Shoot Fighter Tekken, and I did The World of Naruto. Well, I did Naruto first, but, and then Anime Next was like, oh, cool, you're new into the industry, you're starting to get into it, so we want to have, so they had some other guests who were, you know, veterans, and then they wanted some new people to come in, like, you just started to get into it, and, like, that was before Pokemon and everything, so then, once that hit, it was just like, can you come to Archon? Can you come to Archon? Hey, can you come to Archon? I was like, ah!
Now, you've done panels at a lot of conventions, obviously.
Yes.
And what are some of the questions that you like to get at these panels?
I do a lot of, like, voice acting panels. So a lot of questions I get are like, how do you get into the industry? And I like to help people. I really, really like to help people to get into the industry, because it's good to have kind of like somebody to look up to or a mentor, and to give you the right information. Like, some people do like discourage people, or they give the wrong information, and they'll say, you know, you're never going to make this, you're never going to get into it, don't even pursue it, you know. And I don't like that kind of attitude. I like to help people and say, you know, you can do this, you know, if you put the right amount of effort into it. So I like getting questions like how to get into it, and I like to, you know, tell them, you know, the process of going into it. I said, this is what you need to do, you know. And whether they want to listen to me or not, that's their choice. But, you know, I like to give the facts more. I don't like to be fake to anybody. So, and I like to help people, you know. And if I can see that somebody really has talent, you know, like, I'm like, you should go for it, you know. You should totally, if this is what you want to pursue. Never give up. Listen, kids, never give up on your dreams.
Now, on the other end, are there any questions you're tired of hearing? And any that you get, and it's like, oh, this question again.
How much money do you make? Oh. I was actually asked how. I don't even know how much like my friends make. Like in their, oh, I'm an accountant, or oh, I'm an architect, or something like that. I don't even know how much my friends make, and I don't ask them. But it's so funny when people will come up to you and say, you know, I was wondering how much you make. Like, what do you say to that? You know, I'm like, well, I'm not really supposed to discuss that. It's kind of, you know, we're not really supposed to talk about money. So those kind of questions, please don't ask them. So we don't like to talk about, you know, the money thing.
All right, well, that's all the questions I have.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Hearts.
And before we get to our Q&A, we wanted to thank our sponsor, DreamHost. DreamHost is currently offering new subscribers unlimited bandwidth, unlimited disk space, plus 50 gigabytes of backup, unlimited email accounts, one-click installs for things like forum software, a shopping cart, all that wonderful stuff, one free lifetime domain registration, and more, all as low as $5.95 per month. Enter code CONS1 when you sign up and get your first month free. Some restrictions apply. See site for details. Learn more at dreamhost.com.
This month's question was submitted by Jacob. He asks, is doing cosplay a tradition at anime conventions? Because I always see people doing cosplay and I want to know if I should do it too.
Thanks for the question, Jacob. Our answer is yes.
You don't have to, but it'd be nice if you did. It's not really a tradition, it's just a good place to outlet for everybody. And it's always fun to be in costume. You'd be amazed how much more fun you can have being in costume than just seeing costumes. So if you want to, try it out, but don't feel obligated.
As a submitter of this month's question, Jacob has won a box set of Aria, courtesy of our friends at Right Stuff International. Congratulations,
Yay,
Jacob!
Mom!
Will be attending the convention as Bishika.
And the premiere of the Anaplex's Conqueror.
Starting off at where? Man.
Little guy. I know my photo!
Take 3.
I'm like,
Are you sitting?
wait, I haven't pushed yet. There we go.
Okay, yeah, you can retract.
Wow. I gotta fix my blue ones. Wait, are you still recording me?
Yeah.
Oh.
As a submitter of this month's question, Jacob has won a box set of Aria. I just didn't say it in the right order.
New England Fan Experience has announced... Whoa, hold on a second. I didn't even read these names first.
She could run for politics.
I plan on it.